receive an SMS notification from 161 confirming the deposits. To check and confirm your balance, dial star 161 star 9 star 1 hash and enter your PIN. Remember, you do not have to pay extra for deposits. Cashing is free. Wondering how to cash in using AfriMoney? Here are few easy steps. Go to the nearest AfriMoney agent. Tell them how much you want to deposit. Give the agents your number and the cash. You will receive an SMS notification from 161 confirming the deposits. To check and confirm your balance, dial star 161 star 9 star 1 hash and enter your PIN. Remember, you do not have to pay extra for deposits. Cashing is free. Wondering how to cash in using AfriMoney? Here are few easy steps. Go to the nearest AfriMoney agent. Tell them how much you want to deposit. Give the agents your number and the cash. You will receive an SMS notification from 161 confirming the deposits. To check and confirm your balance, dial star 161 star 9 star 1 hash and enter your PIN. Remember, you do not have to pay extra for deposits. Cashing is free. Wondering how to cash in using AfriMoney? Here are few easy steps. Go to the nearest AfriMoney agent. Tell them how much you want to deposit. Give the agents your number and the cash. You will receive an SMS notification from 161 confirming the deposits. To check and confirm your balance, dial star 161 star 9 star 1 hash and enter your PIN. Remember, you do not have to pay extra for deposits. Cashing is free. Wondering how to cash in using AfriMoney? Here are few easy steps. Go to the nearest AfriMoney agent. Tell them how much you want to deposit. Give the agents your number and the cash. You will receive an SMS notification from 161 confirming the deposits. To check and confirm your balance, dial star 161 star 9 star 1 hash and enter your PIN. Remember, you do not have to pay extra for deposits. Cashing is free. Wondering how to cash in using AfriMoney? Here are few easy steps. Go to the nearest AfriMoney agent. Tell them how much you want to deposit. Give the agents your number and the cash. You will receive an SMS notification from 161 confirming the deposits. To check and confirm your balance, dial star 161 star 9 star 1 hash and enter your PIN. Remember, you do not have to pay extra for deposit.
My family, good evening and Cabo. Welcome to our own program, Talk with You, where they come to you live from Afro Radio 105.3 FM every Sunday with me, on our host Tricia. As soon as I know, Talk with You night talk program where they carry with women's, children, and youth affairs. Anything we get for do with woman and girl picking, and definitely Talk with You inside there for talk to you. And also, we get certain things and they will shed a light on. Young people that would do great. Women them and other people that way they do things that way they inspire other people in life. You are out there they can get we live on the Afro Radio page, our radio. Just go like the page and definitely you go see everything where they happen inside the studio. You can also go to We Talk With T page. Then you can follow the link and definitely you go be part of the program. You can send your SMS via 1053 from every AfriCell short code where you get, and also you can follow it through with various social media platforms. On our Instagram page you can follow it at talkwitht_Tricia Cheryl, and also on Twitter talkwitht1. You will now self can if you comment on our Facebook page and left your questions, definitely are there for reading for you.
This show is powered by AfriMoney.
Today inside the program, we will talk about the Universal Periodic Review, where a Human Rights Commission can do every 4 years. Also, we can see how this review important to not only Sierra Leoneans but also women in our society. The Universal Periodic Review now a process where normally they can do for record the human rights things that really happen all over the United Nations member states them. One of the main important features of this Universal Periodic Review now for let them know how the human rights status then are every country, for let them know say each and every person is not disadvantaged, everybody's rights been heard, and people then they do waiting they want for do and they're not infringe on them right. This particular process starts after the United Nations Council being sit down and talk about them things that are 2005. So then decide for come up with this kind of a review where that they do after every 4 years. And today inside the program where they can talk about how this review is so important not only to Sierra Leone but also to Sierra Leoneans there, especially women in Sierra Leone. You self can send your message to short code 1053 and you will be part of the program. Beauty's World for the part of the program where they give beauty and health tips. And at the end of the program, we get to know how important this UPR day to Sierra Leoneans and women. But inside the studio, I get my guest, where the chairperson for the Human Rights Commission, Sierra Leone, when I'm Madam Patricia Narsu Ndanema. Welcome, ma.
Thank you, and good evening, listeners and viewers.
As I tell you now, today we'll talk about the Universal Periodic Review, where get so many things for do to Sierra Leoneans them. Over the past few weeks, we don't see say the Human Rights Commission don't they go all around the country, they engage with stakeholders them on this UPR process. What's in this process they all about?
Okay, first of all, thank you for asking me the question. You know, so we got the UN General Assembly. We're made up of 193 states.
Okay.
So approximately in 2006, we find out that they come up with resolution 6251, where give them the mandate for establish the Human Rights Council.
Okay.
And when they establish the Human Rights Council, they make them very clear their responsibility. They got a very big role for assess the human rights situations for all the 193 member states. But there is a little bit difference between them and that of the human rights treaty bodies. So they get that responsibility. And they're also in the responsibility, then therefore make sure say they monitor the implementation of human rights state obligations them. Now every state get in human rights obligations. And the obligations now for respect human rights, for protect human rights, and fulfill human rights. Okay. Now that's now one of the other aspects where the review process they look at the UPR review process. Then also a process where they give states the opportunity for also assess other states. Because normally when the sessions they take place, not only one when they go as a country. You get, for example, like next year where Sierra Leone they go assess them with 14 other countries. So then other countries, then they go there inside the review process. Then self go use the opportunity, having followed the human rights situation in the country, then self go provide recommendations for see how certain thematics, when them feel say not they work well, go actually be fully addressed. And this also a process where they give the states the opportunity for the fully involved, not a situation where maybe the council could just see them all the way somewhere in Geneva and just note down things from observations. They call you as a state and also get discussions with you on all the concerns raised. And I want to make an also very clear say, the review process gets various steps the way to take. Like you get what they call the state-led reports.
Okay.
We also get other institutions the way they do reports. One get for do with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, whether they go do the state-led report. Then we also get a report from the National Institution for Human Rights Commission of Sierra Leone, and one. Then we also get the one we could be done by the UN system inside the country, to be specific OHCHR, and then we also get waiting the civil society organizations and also other NGOs go right. But from all of the reports here, so the rest, apart from the state-led reports, we call them shadow reports, and all of the reports here are supposed to be independent of one another, because you want what will capture into the report be a reflection of the actual picture inside the country. So all the different types of reports here, so we go right. But normally, I want to make you know, say this is not the third review process where Sierra Leone can go through. Like when from the outset where it starts, you actually get a presentation of the human rights situation of the country, like all the way in 2008. Therefore, like every 4 to 5 years, they call the country. So during these sessions, then they will get a lot of recommendations proffered on how you go, improve on the human rights situation.
Okay, so you talk about recommendations then where they don't profile for Sierra Leone and all. How many recommendations then in all day where the Human Rights Council be done profile for Sierra Leone?
Well, for example, like during last session, 208 recommendations, them 9 being come up for Sierra Leone. But I want to make it clear, some of the recommendations, they're actually in state to state recommendations, them. So from the 208 recommendations that will be provided for Sierra Leone, as a government, them decide for accept 177 immediately, but find out, say, they actually note down the remaining 31. Noting down the remaining 31, not really being said they're not going to implement them all. But it's like you have to put things in how fast you go implement certain certain recommendations as against the other. Okay,
so the recommendations then, which one can then when something will don't affect the lives of Sierra Leoneans? We Sierra Leoneans are going to say this particular one day, this we don't know how it happened, but it comes to pass.
Well, like when you say affect, you get where how something will affect us negatively, positively.
Positively.
But let me look at the one we affect positively. For example, you get one recommendation where they talk about, say, the government for implement like a zero tolerance on rape inside the country. And that particular recommendation, we see the proactive steps where government then take on their own part. We know, so like on the 7th of February last year, we see a national declaration, a national emergency on rape. That not be a declaration where even His Excellency the President put him out. And then after that, we also see the steps taken for review the Sexual Offences Act of 2012, where we now get the Sexual Offences Amendment Act of 2019, where actually now give more stringent measures them. For perpetrators of rape or people that were convicted of rape. We see they even go now to like life imprisonment. And we see say, even stop it, we don't know the establishment of like a sexual offense court where they give opportunity for deal with cases of sexual offenses and also other forms of gender-based violence, against everybody, because violence they go for everybody, not so for just like women. We also see that then we also see the division of the Ministry of Social Welfare and Children's Affairs. Now we don't get a special one waiting for Children's and Social Welfare, Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs. We see say we just focus on that now, and one of the strategic priorities that for look at areas of sexual violence also against women. So at least in relation to that particular recommendation, we still like at the step where the government don't take for do that.
So you talk about human rights treated bodies. You can elaborate on that more and tell them how that they're about?
Okay, for example, like the human rights treaty bodies, because I remember I say a little bit different from this for this UPI process. Now we know countries that will get a lot of human rights instruments. For example, one go to the Convention on the Rights of a Child. We also get like CEDAW, one of the Convention on the Elimination of all forms of discrimination against women, for an example. So the human rights treaty bodies, these now virtually like a group of experts then put together for actually look at the implementation of the provisions then were highlighted into the convention, and they for you when a country when a state party to RAM. The state party actually means say where the convention comes into existence, you sign, then you ratify them, you actually go through parliament, and you decide, say, as a country, we're going to implement the provisions there, we highlight inside it. So the treaty monitoring bodies, what they do is, like, after every 4 years, I mean, depending on the number of years where you produce your periodic reports, then they look at strictly the implementation of the provision where they inside a particular convention or covenant where you're not a state party. But in relation to the UPI process now, whether you're not a state party or not, then they look at all of the human rights, different thematics that are inside the country.
Okay, Famble, don't forget to say you're listening to Talk with T, where they come to you live from Afri Radio 105.3 FM, and you within our self can watch we on our Afri Radio page. Where just go like our radio page. Definitely, you go see everything that happen inside the studio, and you self can left your comments, your questions, send a message to 1053 with any AfriCell line. If you know the user AfriCell, you can send your message to 1053. Put any of AfriCell and short code 077088 or any 030. Send them to 1053. Definitely, we go read your comments and your questions them inside the studio. How often this universal periodic review is being held?
Well, actually, now within a period of four years.
Okay, within a period of 4 years.
Yes.
And after every 4 years, like whether they hold on this year, so what in the Human Rights Commission can they do within that 4 years?
First of all, the Human Rights Commission, it gets a very big role for playing this. Now, we know say recommendations don't provide. Like during the last session, where them assess them, and they come up with the recommendations them. We actually been collaborate by then with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, when they normally can produce like the lead report.
Okay.
We don't engage MDAs them, because we not just they come the recommendations and keep them. The recommendations then get to be made known to people, to also institutions, because you find out that different the recommendations that target different institutions. So you get for engage for say during the last UPI process. Now this is not the recommendation where they make, for example, on by the judiciary. So you go talk like things like death penalty, because you know that particular area then go able to address them. So we don't do a lot of consultations, like for example the MDs and also other institutions, even civil society organizations. Like quite recently we find out say that part of the requirement, before you write your report as a commission, you're also supposed to do regional consultations. So we don't do that now at the level of the western area, urban, and also rural for Freetown. We don't also do the southern consultations. Then where we also try to bring in people them also from the east, where we do about. They also do the one from the north, we capture all the districts in the north, even including the new northwest district. We bring in different people in from MDAs, other organizations, civil society organizations also, and even journalists from them also can participate in the process. And normally what we can do is like, we normally they project all the recommendations and tell them, say, now in relation to recommendation X, we talk about the death penalty. What we feel say government don't do under the abolition of the death penalty when one of the recommendations provide. So somebody go say, well, we don't say they're not doing anything. Or you go there, somebody will go say, well, we'll find out say that we don't organize a meeting, don't take steps at the level of parliament and all. So we can collect all this information and corroborate them. But we always do that independent of the other reports, so that's more we can get engaged in. Okay,
so like what you say when they engage people independently and collaborate with them, one go and ask, say, when they do them consultations there, so the community people themselves can be part of them, or not just some stakeholders and almost can be part of them?
No, it's not going to be key stakeholders, but I want to let you know, the community people themselves can be stakeholders. For example, in a village, if you get the Mama Queen, a stakeholder in that particular community. For example, the engagements we all like in McKinney. We also make sure they bring at least 1 or 2 people that we key inside them villages them. Where letter a little bit for able to follow the process. Then itself can take part. We're not just the level at strategic level. Higher strategic level. That's why we actually move out for get everybody involved. Because it's a process where they say it's not only about what you think. Take the recommendations out to the people, make them also, give in their own inputs. And even quite recently, I get another engagement where being UPR non-related, but the person that asked me, say, we get some information in relation to children, can I factor that in? So we say it's open, you can bring it in. But once we get for cutoff is that, we got a number of words we're supposed to write. So originally, we were normally supposed to pass like 5,000 words. But even now, the number of words don't handle. So whether we get a lot of recommendations, we get for see how go. Compress them for make sure to present a report. But if somebody gets it, you can still bring her in as long as it's relevant to the recommendations provided to the country.
Okay, family, and not forget to say you listen to Talk with T. We come to you live from Afro Radio 105.3 FM. And you were there out there. Self can be part of the program. Keep sending in your text message, your comments or questions or you get concerning the Universal Periodic Review. And definitely we're going to answer your question. For now, we're going to go for a short commercial break and take a music break also.
One soul, one heart, one beat. AfriCell, AfriHeart, AfriBeat, Afri Radio.
Can win 1 billion yourself. The time for being the next billionaire don't come with Afri money.
Yes. You can be a billionaire inside the Afri Money Kobo show.
Not a 1 million or 10 million or
100 million so.
This now 1 billion. Yes, that's the one with 9 0 0 0 0 0. That's the 1 billion.
For qualify for the daily Afri Money Kobo draw,
use Afri Money for send, cash in, top up your phone, buy megabytes, buy extra top up, buy Waspin, and even top up your DSTV.
And stand chance for win millions of leons daily and 1 billion na the grand draw.
With you, free money. The more you use Afri Money, the more chance you will get inside the daily draw.
The Afri Money Kobo show go there live on AYV, FTN, Afri Radio, and every major radio and TV station at the country, 8 o'clock evening time, Monday to Friday.
Use Afri Money now. They are *161# and stand the chance to be the next billionaire.
Send blank SMS to 212 for check the chance them where you get inside the daily draw.
Afri Money.
Now me get them.
Now you get them. Now we get them.
And we get the customer grand prize winner 1 billion. Can win 1 billion yourself with Afri.
Yeah. Westside Freetown. I see on this one. BEST. Yeah. You the DD bar. You know what it is. Do the DD bar. Yeah. 60 seconds been a minute, I've been doing this. Me blood I full no really care about who that at the piece. The studio warm and I'm me kitchen cooking up a feast. Smell me blue punchline, way a full feast. Last dinner, we no born me time. Real born sinner, hustle for me dollar. I don't see gain, I don't see lack, I don't see pass mark. No the slack, yeah the dope, let you smoke crack. Joe crack when I spit and my squad terror. My shit slap, you know they play like you hit error. Me now you pharaoh, me not so you fellow. Can't follow the leader when you see me now for follow. Sharp shooter always get me bow and arrow. Dummies on the throne, the claim king in a scarecrow. Show busy these, so we go watch show. But me get that Benny, I ready for catch you on show. Wani I shooter, Osaya for puta. Play I might tell you say I stone you. Bring out the shots, I no come for pitch puta. If it's a makuta, no get shit like my bella. One guy shooter, Osaya for puta. Play I might tell you say I stone you. Bring out the shots, I no come for pitch puta. If it's a makuta, no get shit like my bella. Then call me best, something more, nothing less. Plus I get the evidence. You want see, yeah the lens. Past, present, future tense. Get the bars like a fence. Hands, if you no get sense, no can talk to me dance. I can cleanse all the nonsense. Set and day, suspense. You know want to see me vices like a Mike Pence. Me pen the talk like me hands on me conscience. Lyrical content, make it content, yeah. If you not know this, no can act like say you know this. Supernova, hover over all the nigga like a police, yeah. Man in the beds flow sick, be you John this. Let me name a judge when I do the big justice. Not to lie like a fox, man I slide right inside you, yeah. See the picture now you eye. 1080p set to say I spit pixels. I'ma give you highs cause you know that shit tickles. Yeah, you shooter, Usaya for puta. Play I might tell you say I stone you, puta. Bring out the shots, I no come for pitch puta. If it's a makuta, no get shit like my bella. One yeah, you shooter, Usaya for puta. Play I might tell you say I stone you, puta. Bring out the shots, I no come for pitch puta. If it's a makuta, no get shit like my bella. One ya ishuta, usaya for puta. Play I man tell you say I dey stone you, futa. Bring out the shacks, I no come for catch kuta. Even some bagos, I no get shit like my bella. One ya ishuta, usaya for puta. Play I man
This
tell
show
you
is
say I dey
powered
stone
by
you, futa. Bring out the shacks, I no come for catch kuta.
That's a song done for us by Mr. Best One Yai Shooter. As I told her last week, we're there on this campaign for like every Sierra Leonean try as best as possible, get at least 10 Music 9 playlists. So we go support Sierra Leonean music. The only way we go do for the Sierra Leonean music reach internationally now where we within Sierra Leone, support Sierra Leonean music, push the music go before, definitely Sierra Leonean music will go top and we go be recognized. Okay, back to my guest. What are some of the recommendations then where government do accept?
Out of the 177, we get for watch for select for say, you get countries that like Lebanon or Honduras, they may recommend to the government for make we ratify the optional protocol to CAT. Actually, CAT means Convention Against Torture. And we know say that particular convention, the parent convention. And inside that particular convention, the emphasis they're not been put too much emphasis on how we go protect people and we deprive of their liberties. For example, somebody where they na correctional service working go be on the Pademba Road, or they like approved school or also police cells. So this particular protocol what they talk about now, they try for give strength for make sure say the one that we deprive of their liberties then get utmost protection. Why is that the day? When I want a situation where because they behind bars, we go get like government agents then for going and torture them and doing things the way you go consider like inhuman and degrading. And one thing where he clearly highlights is say national human rights institutions them or other bodies, relevant bodies, for get free access to prisons for monitor, the status of the one that we find themselves in such category. So a country like Lebanon or even Honduras, they provide that as a recommendation. Then it left now on the part of the government for like implement them. Wait to make another one go deep into the status of implementation because I don't tell you say, the Human Rights Commission and other bodies get for those shadow reports. They get for be independent of one another. So I know can't talk about what we already include in relation to that. But if you look also like country like Ghana, then say recommend say maybe also try for look at the optional protocol we get for with disabled people them. Because you find out say in the parents of convention, when they talk about it clearly states say people when are disabled people them they also get rights and the rights will be respected and also protected. But the optional protocol what it bring out, it try for getting the opportunity where the NSF can also forward complaints in a situation where they feel say and they don't be deprived of the rights or then they go through a series of human rights violations on the part of government. So that other protocol, the actual protocol, actually are the next documents where they in line to the first because not captured at the first document. You go for the second document where they link to the first. So we call it an optional like protocol. So it also get the opportunity today for make them look inside that one day. They also get countries that like Swaziland, where they talk about the death penalty, the abolition of the death penalty. They recommend say we for remove them from the law books. But I want to make them very clear, say even though it's still in the law books, we know say as a country, we still get a moratorium on the death penalty, meaning a judge sentence you to death. We don't know nothing from 1998. They don't ever kill anybody in this country. So they recommend for pull them. But we'll find out say even though not pull it, we not see anybody don't kill. But we'll find out say the sentences in relation to the death row is high. Like in 2018, we get 40 people on death row. As of now, we get 64. So it means the provision in the law books will still use them.
Okay, so how effective is this universal periodic review?
It's very, very effective. And you see, first of all, I want to say it hinge on integrity of states. Because if you don't leave this country, you don't go meet your company them, other states, where they discuss how we go improve on the human rights situation of a country. This for put countries there, versus a country like Sierra Leone or even Ghana, other countries them. If I put you in the situation for make you actually, because you know say as a state, you got a human rights state obligation for fulfill human rights. And they go put you in a situation where you go look at the country, you say to yourself, why not implement the issues related to how we go improve on the lives of women? Then you go see on the other hand, that's going to bring a smile on the faces of women for make sure that we say that we're also being considered, our rights are also being fulfilled, respected, and protected. You also look at situations of children. We look at a lot of hard labor we're picking and now involved in, like in some mining companies. So if we get a recommendation where they ask that they stop it, and at the level of government we implement that, we go see that justice don't come to the picking them. They're not going to be treated in such a manner.
Okay, so how important is this particular review when they do to the lives of Sierra Leoneans and especially women and girls?
They explained something just now. I believe it's very, very important. Now look at the steps. Now go back to this review of the Sexual Offences Amendment Act. We'll find out, say, the first one of 2012. You know, been getting a lot of talk for say, oh, the laws, they're not stringent. I mean, if people become victims, they're not going to get justice. But we find out, say, now we don't get a review. We don't get high level of awareness raising. We don't get a special court put in place now just for at-risk cases. And we see the use of these courts. And we see cases that they go through. So in a situation like that, I mean, if potential perpetrators, say, if an attempt for do such a thing on girl picking, this could be negative corresponding penalty we go get. We go see so that could be reduced in a situation like this. Then we also see, say, in terms of commitment, the Universal Periodic Review also recommendations that they will talk about improving on the educational system in the country. We find out if you get the government take up all of them things, then we will get more people in the country where actually go be lettered, where go make we get a better, human capital inside the country, where go push the country go before. These are some of the benefits that people will get.
Okay, family, don't forget to say you listen to Talk with T. Welcome to you live from Afro Radio 105.3 FM. You self within ourself can be part of the program by sending in your text message to 1053. Definitely we will read them for you. Like what you say, it's that important to women and girls. But the thing I can always ask people, yes, it is important. There are policies, they're there, but certain time them the layman know they get them because the people where they go for them meeting and they're not able to go out there and explain. They can just keep putting their land to themselves. How una they ensure say everybody in a little corner, no matter who say you there, you get to know what that you right and may somebody not take advantage of you because you get after petty things away, police and then lawmakers then can just hold person. So man no say that particular thing the way they do so. Now right but because you don't know, then can seize advantage from that. I wanna go make sure say people and where they are around are aware of the right, waiting involves and waiting them for do and waiting them not for do.
Okay, first of all, a part of the Human Rights Commission is responsibility for raise awareness, public awareness on any issue will go affect the enjoyment of rights. And I believe so very robust on that. You take, for example, these UPR recommendations. We're not even just left an air.
Okay.
In with normal awareness raising, whatever the factor most of the issues they're in. Like when you talk about the death penalty, so when you ask the question, with that way we don't do engagement. And if you go back to the state of human rights, like for over the years, we find out we still recommend, say, if it be removed from the law books of the country. So that's one thing. But when we also go to villages for different communities, if you even check the commission and Facebook page, you can see, say, we they actually reach out. And I think we can raise a series of awareness on human rights concern and even tell the people about the commission in complaints registry, where you can forward your complaint in case you find yourself in a situation where you write one for be abused or you write one for be violated. May I can give just one example. We go raise awareness on early marriage in a particular community. In Freetown, to a school. And approximately like just 1 week, I don't know if it's nasty this picking come. Now ask me if I remember them. Nasty, not really. I say because when I've been planting on the school, I remember. So the picking just cut the story. Now I say, we've been so moved with the awareness raise we'll go do on early marriage. I say because in 1 week time, they don't make all the arrangements for make a married. So you get the information. So because you get the information, the picking kind of the commission and raise concern. And waiting Apple will be for engage both families. And as I speak, so now that beginning virtual day university now year 2, and they actually develop them. So with the move and raise awareness, and with the encourage people, then when you get the information and you feel so you get issues, come to the commission and forward your complaint.
Okay, we'll go now for a short commercial break. We'll come back. We go talk more on the Universal Periodic Review.
AfriCell. For the first time, they give you the new AfriCell smartphone with free 1-year internet. Also, you get 100 megabytes every month for just 250,000 leones. You get radio, torchlight, camera, Facebook, WhatsApp, YouTube, and they use 2 SIM.
AfriCell, Norway Network.
Yeah.
Now we dey.
Yeah.
Now we done sabi.
Yeah.
Now we done let.
Yeah.
The game don't big.
Yeah.
Take 'em all.
Yeah.
The cheapest data off on a salon from AfriCell. Yeah.
You want them? Take them. Dial star 113 hash. Choose number 7 and get 1 gigabyte for just 10,000 euros and enjoy 30 days validity browsing.
Yeah.
AfriCell.
Yeah. AfriCell. For the first time, they give you the new AfriCell smartphone with free 1-year internet. Also, you get 100 megabytes every month for just 250,000 euros.
Beauty tips. Today we talk about very important thing the way woman need for get inside in wardrobe. Without them thing then they trust me you go appear shabby. And no woman no appear shabby. Okay, always talk say you looks makes everything about you. How you present yourself now, so then go tell you for go wash pan or go sit on a high table. So as woman them, we need forget certain thing that inside we wardrobe for let we look nice. One of them thing then they na a little black dress. A black dress they go with anything. You can go to Africana, you can even do an official, whatever. If black dress not fit you, sometimes I can tell a person say black dress not fit you, something do you. You need forget a pair of jeans, not only one pair of jeans. You need forget something like 5 to 6 or 7 jeans. Now you wardrobe for quality jeans. So set to your eye, go buy nice jeans, because when you get good pair of jeans, you can mix it with anything and your casual will be okay. You also need a black tailor blazer. You can get what we call them coat. Put on your black tailor blazer, go make you look superb and excellent wherever you there. Sometimes in there, you just need some small vest inside and put your blazer. Trust me, and your jeans. You go anywhere, you go places. And also, you need a white t-shirt. For sure, if say you clean, try for the get one white t-shirt, because some people not able to manage the white thing then. So, but at least you wardrobe forget one white t-shirt. You also forget an oversized sweater. That sweater that you can use and when you feel cold, because you know go there you feel cold and you dress any kind of way, you know get sweater, a nice sweater for cover yourself up. Every woman need a nice pair of sweater. And also you need a white classy shirt. When I mean classy, it not necessarily means say you need for go to boutique for buy. Junkston and day, go find a white classy shirt. You also need a black pencil skirt. The reason why you need a black pencil skirt, with a black pencil skirt, you can put them on with anything. You get your Africana top, it'll go with them. Your casual top, it'll go with them. Your official shirt, it'll go with them. And also, you need a trending coat. A coat where everybody they wear and they love for wear at that particular moment. When you get them coated in there, you can definitely just use one casual blouse, but because you don't use that casual blouse and you know all the people and take notice, just put on that coat there, or you put on that coat there, or you're gonna look superb and fabulous. And every woman need a classy sneakers. The reason why you need sneakers, not also you to go you wear have back. Definitely you gonna need one low sneakers where you go match up with your jeans, match up with your Africana. Nowadays we use Africana and sneakers, so you need a classy sneakers for go. You also need a sunglasses, a designer sunglasses. If you not get a designer sunglasses, you can go on a tongue and get any kind glasses, but as long as it's classy. Class now the most important thing about a woman. When you're classy, trust me, you will go places where you not be listening at the dress, the way you dress, now you make you enter inside and place then day. You need a flat shoe and a high shoe. Sometimes and then we mommy always say you dey travel with you sus na your bag. Yes, I dey travel with me sus na my bag because I need a flat one for work and inside where they go, and the high one when I go to places for let people look at me. When you put on a high heels, trust me, when you enter into some places, I like the normally you sit down, then go definitely make you sit down. And another thing again, where I can always say, you need for be elegant and timeless. You will look elegant, but you know will take much time. Now if you need all of anything and they want to tell you inside your wardrobe. With anything and they don't need for do much, you don't need for be complicated. All you need for do now for look effortless, cool, modern, and simply classic. All you need for do with all anything and they avoid too much trending things. So man can say, oh, wear black shoe come out, this kind of black shoe come out now they wear. No. Me, I know the trend with everything where they work. But when the thing don't left for trend, me they go buy and keep them when I wear them, they look classy because all man don't forget about that thing they made wear them. And also you need a tailor shirt, then short crop top them for look classy and sassy when you decide for do them casual. You also need for put a little bit of glamour to yourself, not so simple. Sometimes and then you can be simple like 4 times a week, but one day inside the week you need for look glamorous, you need for shine, because that look they take you a long way. Now all anything there, so we get today for Fauna inside Beauty's World. Till I meet you again next week Sunday for another edition of Beauty's World. Keep looking beautiful, keep staying healthy, and remember say when you're healthy and beautiful, trust me, you go places.
One soul, one heart, one beat. AfriCell, Afri Heart, Afri Beat, Afri Radio.
Okay, Madam Patricia, you go on for tell Fambul and some of the recommendations the way government don't note down.
Okay, I'll be originally tell you say na 208 recommendations proffered for Sierra Leone.
Okay.
177 the government accept them. Then 31 a note. And from the 31, you get, for example, you get countries like Australia, where they actually recommend, say, this is looking very interesting, say for criminalize FGM, meaning female genital mutilation.
Okay.
That anybody will get himself involved in such an act will for consider you as a criminal.
As a criminal.
So now so them being recommended for do. But you get a country like Congo just they recommend say then go like for see laws put in place for protect minors.
Okay.
They say because as long as they're below 18, then for be given the opportunity for actually decide whether they want to be initiated or not. I mean, whether they want to be initiated or not. Now, then in a country like Botswana, that they may come up with particular recommendations that they. Then you also look at a country like Netherlands. Then they ask for a repeal. You don't say we get the offenses against the Persons Act of 1861, where actually criminalize same-sex marriage. So then they recommend, say, we for remove section 61 and 62 from that particular act today, and let people then for do what they want for do. Yeah, that's just a recommendation. And we also get a Namibia, where still they say for present for the gender equality bill, because they know say it already in existence, but it gets stuck somewhere. So they recommend as a country, we're supposed to push, for promoting the rights of women.
Okay, now take some of the text message. We don't come inside, get this one, say, very good topic. Thanks for sensitizing us. And they come up from Ibrahim, and this other one say, thank you very much for talking on this particular topic. We're knowing our rights now. And also we get this one from we text message we say, thank you to you, you're doing great. Okay, we don't come to the almost the end of the program. I want say thank you to you for where you don't be part of the program today. And I will like forget you back when una don't done with the recommendations, and maybe you can tell family more again about waiting una don't do and waiting don't come out of the review and how government accept and waiting government's willing and ready for do. If you then are also follow it on we YouTube page, make sure say you go out there, just take your YouTube, type Talk with T, and click on we page, subscribe, click the subscribe button and subscribe to we YouTube channel. Also follow we on with various social media handles. On we Twitter page it's Talk with T1, and on we Instagram page it's Talk with T_Tricia. Go on with Facebook page, like with Facebook page, and also try for promote Sierra Leonean business, Sierra Leonean music, and try for know waiting you need for do. You get your last word for Ufambulan?
Okay, just the last word is that we don't do the regional consultations, and we actually don't do a draft of the report now. So the deadline for submit the reports to the peer review process is on the 8th of October. And I'm from making say after the 8th, it get for take like 6 months. Because the committee get for sit together and look at all the different reports we come out from Sierra Leone in relation to the same recommendations profiled and also status of implementation. Then like after 6 months, Sierra Leone go travel, for go meet the whole session and get discussions on how far we don't go for implementing recommendations and also profile other solutions on how the human rights situation in the country will be improved. But I follow on say the enjoyment of rights in the country, not a government no more get time. Government get your work. You yourself get your work. If you don't have now government don't talk about free education. If you see Pekin and also the school going age, the responsibility for draw the attention of the parents.
Exactly.
For say it's supposed to go school. We don't now say we don't get law in place. We get for rape or sexual penetration. It don't talk, so no compromise. So if you're there within the community, where you know say incidents of sexual penetration happen, we're wrong, we're not on a criminal offense now, no hide them. You're supposed to push forward and go lay complain and make sure that person they get justice. If you do so, I want to know say now situation on the way you say they go arrest you and go lock you up in the prisons or even pay fine for that.
Famula,
thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Famula. The world that you self get your own role for play in this human rights business, not your government no more. You self na a stakeholder, now you na government, the one that will put they work for we. The responsibility now for work for we they tell them waiting we want and ensure say then do them. Until I meet tonight again next week Sunday, I want to thank you to my guest, Madam Ndanema, for where you don't come and be part of this program. On behalf of my producer Roxlyn Aloe Finley, my executive producer John Conte, my studio engineer John Bashiru Kamara, my cameraman Francis, my sponsors AfroCell and Big Things Poultry Limited way down there in Amabanta Village. Live fresh, eat fresh. Have been your host Tricia till I meet you again next week Sunday for another edition of Talk with T. Stay blessed.
Thank you.
Wondering how to cash in using AfriMoney? Here are few easy steps. Go to the nearest AfriMoney agent. Tell them how much you want to deposit. Give the agents your number and the cash. You will receive an SMS notification from 161 confirming the deposits. To check and confirm your balance, dial *161 *9*1# and enter your PIN. Remember, you do not have to pay extra for deposits. Cashing is free.